Well, welcome back, YouTube. This is episode 35. I have done a rapid fire barrage of videos. I am trying to catch up, and that's why I'm calling this the catch-up edition. There's a lot of things that have been going on in the background since I released my vanity video, and the whole point to this is to try to bring you up to speed, because I know in my other videos there's a lot of things that you may or may not have noticed in the background, and I want to catch you up and show you what I got going on. So with that said, let's take a walk. Well, the first thing that I want to catch you up on, if you may or may not have noticed, but I do have my ceiling installed in my hallway, all the way from the vanity area back there at the back, all the way up to the front where it meets the kitchen. I did that over the course of a couple of days, over the past couple of weeks, trying to get this in. I've got my primary lighting, which is these lights. They actually can be turned on and off independently, or with the switch they can be dimmed. And the other thing that they can do is you can change the color of the lights, and I hope that's coming out on the video well. But anyway, so I got all of the wiring done, I got everything in. The other thing that I want to show you is that I do have the lights in the hallway set up on a 3-way DC switch. There's the switch right there, so I can turn them off from up here. And then if I go to the back, which is where they were turned on from originally, I can turn them off again. So one of the things that I wanted to catch you up on is that I do have the ceiling in the hallway all the way finished. So let's walk back a little bit further and I'll show you something else. Is that I did the exact same thing and carried the ceiling all the way through the shower. I've got this overlapping the wall back here because my intent is to run the tiling up underneath of those and seal those down, so any water that gets in this drains off the top of the front of the tile, as opposed to having water dripping off the ceiling and stuff into the walls. So the ceiling from here across into the vanity and all the way up to the front where it joins the kitchen is all the same, and it's all done, and it's all these polystyrene panels. Now, one of the other things that I did was I completed the finish work around my emergency exit. I've got the pieces cut that are down on the floor down there. I need to clean this up and get those installed, but they're all done. One of the other things that I did was I came through here. I added all the finish work on the walls in the hallway on the 24-volt side system. I've got some work to do up there, which is why that's not done. But I've got all the framework set up so I can build my doors and all of the stuff that I need to do to finish out this. Haven't quite got there yet, but it's all been stained. It's all been sealed. I've got everything in place and ready to rock and roll on that as soon as I can figure out the mess that I got to figure out up there. Coming over here to this side, move this box out of the way, which is my next project, is bus cleanup. We're going to do some spring cleaning in here. I got to get a bunch of stuff out of here so that I can go into the next phase of the work that I need to do. But so as you can see, I got my wainscoting on the bottom. I've got a hole there for my emergency shutoff. My air vent is down there. There's my battery compartment. I need to build a door for that so I can get into there. And I've got all of that done. One of the things I want to do is come around this side. You can see that I've got this all trimmed out. I've got to put a piece here. I got ahead of myself and forgot that I needed to put that in, so I'm going to have to kind of shoehorn something in there to dress that up and get that closed up, but I don't have anything in there. Once I get my shower reconnected and fastened down, now that I know I don't have any leaks, I'm going to put an access hole in this plywood that'll provide me an access door to my shower. I'm going to put this wall up, and I'm going to finish out this as well. That will be coming up very soon. It's one of those after work projects that I can do a little bit at a time, make little strides and get things done. So for the most part, other than doing my tile, the other thing that I want to show you is I got this doorway framed in completely on both sides. I've got my trim work here. Got my trim work here. This was already installed when I did the actual vanity room, but I did go ahead and add this, and I'll show you why I could add this in a second. I got this side done as well. This one is not nailed down yet, but I need to nail it down and get it secured and get this all finalized. The only reason this is not nailed down yet is because of the work that I have to do up here on the emergency exit. Once I get that taken care of, I'll be able to nail this down, get everything in place. This one is not nailed down either, because one of the other things that I need to do, which is why they're not nailed down, is I'll pull these off, because I've only used 1-inch nails, so they're barely going in, and so they're just tacked up. But I need to tape and seal all my shower walls so that I can put my ceramic tile in, and I want that sealant to go behind this board, because this board is going to sit over the top of this and then provide a square level edge for my tile to rest against on both sides. So that's why they're not nailed down as well. So that's the catch up on this part. So from up there where the hallway meets the kitchen, all the way back to where the hallway meets the bedroom, the ceiling is all in place. It's all done. My vanity ceiling is done over here. Bathroom ceiling is done over here. I've got a lot, if not most all of the trim work in the hallway done. I've got a few things that I have to address to allow me to continue to go forward. So now let's go into the bedroom area and show you some things that I've done up here. As you can see and may have seen in other videos, but I have actually put my tongue and groove wall paneling across the bottom of the wall back here. I don't have this completed because I made a serious mistake I'll get into in a minute. But I've also put this paneling across the top here. And I've got a unique idea about how I'm going to finish that out, and I'll show you when I get there. Haven't quite nailed down exactly the process and how I'm going to do it, but I hope that it turns out. One of the other things that I did is I went ahead and put in the panel on this side of the mini split. Got that all secured and confirmed. And then I added the same paneling that goes across the top of the wall here, up there. I will be doing the same thing over here, but I got a big mess to clean up, and I got to open this up, and I've got to take care of some stuff. One of the next things that I'm going to do as well is take the ceiling and run it all the way down as well. I need to put in some wiring for some lights and stuff that I need to put in back here, and some switches, which is why that's not done yet, and I plan on addressing that very quickly and getting that out of the way. I've got some ideas for how I'm going to address and clean this up. Haven't quite got there yet, but I will make that look very nice when it's all said and done. So one of the challenges that I have, I was getting ahead of myself when I did the ceiling up here to finish out where the mini split was, to get that ceiling in so that I could get the mini split in, because I would have never been able to do anything to secure the ceiling on the top of the mini split back there. Well, I ran those planks way too far. As you can see, I actually, when I finished out the top of the wall, I had to cut out the 2x to maintain flush with the front of the wall here. And so this is going to create me a big challenge, because my original intent and my original design and the way that I originally planned it was that I would run the plywood up. I would put the wall finish up. Then I would add my 1/2-inch strapping, and then I would add my ceiling, so that any imperfections in the cuts and alignment of what I was doing up here would be covered by this, and then I would have a nice clean edge. As you can see back there over the mini split, it's a nice straight clean edge. There's no issues there. So that's not going to work here. This is all the way up against this. I had to cut into this one. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish out the ceiling all the way around, and then I'm going to put the plywood up, and it's going to take me some time, but I'm going to have to do some very extra careful and special attention to cutting in these boards right here that are going to go up here to match that over there. So that's what I got going on right now. This right here is going to be carried across over where all of that is. I need to go in and clean up all that wiring right there before I can do anything with that and close that up. But when it's all said and done, the area around this window will be nice and finished, and it'll look just like that window right there, which is another thing that I did. I built the frame for the window. One of the challenges that I did come across, if you can see right there, I've got a little 1/4 inch spacer that runs behind the frame on this. This right here is 5/8. This right here is 3/4, or the standard, non-standard dimensional lumber crap that they got going on right now. But anyway, I had to put this in so that this stayed level and flush, spaced it out so that it matched the thickness of this. So that's that. When I get over to this side, I'll do the window there the same way. I'll get that window trimmed out the exact same way. The top side of this side will look just like the top side on this side. However, the bottom side underneath, the bed will be right here. That will not be finished. I'm not going to waste the tongue and groove underneath there, because what's going to happen is that when the bed goes in there, this is all going to be underbed storage that will be able to be accessed from here. So you get access to it from the hallway and get to the underbed storage under there. I'll still have an open access out to the back door, and I'll show you how that's going to work when I get there. I need to put some lighting and finish out the ceiling on this side as well. The one advantage that I have here is that I do think that I have enough room to get my plywood in up here, so I can go ahead and take care of that, but my strapping goes all the way up to the stud on the wall, so that may not work as well, but I'll figure that out when I get there. I need to put plywood over this wall. So what I'm trying to do right now, guys, just so you're aware, and I'm trying to catch you up on where everything is at and why I've been doing what I'm doing, I'm trying to do a little bit of finish work so that I can get a sense of accomplishment and see what this is going to look like, and continue to work on the design as I move forward in the bus. My next step is, once I get a lot of this to a point where I'm comfortable with it, even though it may not be finished, is to migrate and start working on getting the kitchen installed. So from a catch-up perspective, let's go up into the kitchen here, and I want to run through a few things so that you understand. So for me to be able to register this as an RV, I have to have a bath system, which I have a shower and I have a vanity. I have to have a means of cooking, which I have my stove, and the last video that I did showed that the propane test video shows that my stove is working. I need to have the ability to have a sink and stuff like that, and plumbing, which I have. I've got water supply, which is independent of anything related to the bus, and I can bring shore power or shore water in, and I have internal tanks that provide water as well. I have external power inputs, so the power of the bus does not run off of the bus electrical system, so that's one of the other things that I need. The final piece of infrastructure that I do not currently have in this bus is directly related to my shower and my vanity, and that's getting my gray water tanks in. That is going to be my next priority. I'm going to get those installed. I've already got it figured out where and how I'm going to install them. I just need to do it, and I'm not excited about it because it requires drilling a lot of holes through some thick metal. So that's where I'm at. one of the things that I do want to show you too is I really need to work on opening up the kitchen area. So these two pieces of plywood, they serve two purposes. Number one, they're going to serve the purpose of providing my countertops across this area over here, and over here where my sink is going to go, and across the top of the microwave. So I need to get these cut down. Before I can cut them down, I need to do the finish work on the outside of the cabinets for the wainscot and paneling that's going to go there. I need to do the same thing here so that I can get an accurate length and measurement for the length of my countertop. Once I get that done, I'll take these out, I'll get them cut down, I'll get them put into place. Then I'll be able to cut the hole on this side. I'll be able to get my sink installed. I'll be able to get it all connected up, and that'll be one more piece of infrastructure that'll be out of the way. I'll have my sink. I need to get my hot water heater working, as we've already talked about in 2 different videos. That bothers me, but I'll get it fixed. I hope I don't have to order another one. I hope Corey comes through and helps me get it fixed. Everything up there is all living room and stuff. All the living room components of this is not what is required to get this registered as an RV. So I'm not so worried about that right now. I want to get it done. I would like to be able to drive this out of the build spot as a completed unit and be able to say I'm ready to hit the road. One of the other things that I have to do from a safety perspective to get it inspected, as I alluded to in my previous breakdown video, I need to replace the windshield, and I got to clean up my dash area and get all of that stuff installed. So from a catch-up perspective, that's where I'm at. I've done a lot of work, and I continue to do a lot of work every single day. Little bitty projects here and there. I wanted to do this video because I know that in the background of all the other stuff that I've been barraging everyone with, you can see all these different things that are in the background, and it's like, wait, when did that happen, or where did that come from, or anything like that. So this catch-up edition is to bring everyone up to speed on exactly where I stand right now, what I've got going on, and what I need to do. And with that, I think I'm going to wrap this one up and move on into other projects. And I will tell you, my first project is spring cleaning, and I'm going to get this bus clean. I work on it every day late. When it's time to quit, it's time to quit, and I don't worry about picking things up and cleaning up, and it piles up and I can't find anything. So after this video, I'm going into spring cleaning. I've got a lot of stuff that I want to take out of here that I don't need anymore because I'm beyond that part of the build. I'm going to put it in my other bus and then hope that I remember that it's there, so I don't order something that I already have because I forget that I put it in the bus. With that said, I hope you've enjoyed this. I would really appreciate some comments and feedback on how you think this looks and how it's coming together. Please like, please subscribe, please let me know what you think. And with that, this video is a wrap. Have a great day, everyone. I appreciate you being here, and we'll talk again real soon.